I remember standing on the foot of the bridge, getting ready, not standing on the bridge, but in my car at the light of the foot of the bridge. And I said to myself, Lord, why me? Why I come back to Selma?
A lot of times we worry about, we can't see the dream. We've slept in cars together, we've slept in hotels. So I think those were when we started dreaming. Like, we're at our bottom and we need to figure out how to make it back.
They founded Selma with 84 acres. And with the 21 acres that we intend to acquire, that's a fourth of the land.
We plan on building a little bit more housing, as well as some income revenues, being able to have spaces for our clients to rent out and use and utilize. It's amazing.
We literally had a whole segment that was devoted to just dreaming. And to really understand how massive 21 acres is. And to break it down, I was like, that's 17 and a half football fields of land and space. That it has its own water source because a creek runs through it. So we have all of the natural resources, including timber, water.
I think the most important thing, especially for us at TKO, is making sure that our legacy beyond us is still going to remain and that many generations of queer trans folks will be able to have access to resources.
The whole concept of taking something from a seed to a plant that'll not only feed you for the work that you've done, but you'll have an abundance of food to feed other folks who are also in need.
I'm originally from Birmingham, and I come from a very Southern Christian background. Pre-TKO, life was not easy. Life was very, very difficult, actually. I was almost homeless. I went without food for like months.
Food is our connection, and it's the thing that really bonds us. Whether you're rural, whether you're urban, whether you're black, you're white, cisgender, transgender, all of us have to eat. It's a basic need. In Alabama, we have a unique opportunity to grow in a place that has some of the best soil in the world, to grow some of the most amazing crops. And what we ended up doing was creating a source of organic, all-natural, locally sourced produce to an area that's essentially a food desert. It's one of the first nonprofit food trucks around. This is our way of really pushing the idea, the concept of food justice to the next level.
It also gives us the opportunity to offer employment for our clients as well as community members.
Accessing health care, it felt good because when I started transitioning, I had a hard time finding health care. So it feels good to know that somebody can come to me and I can give you everything you need, and it's like a one-stop shop. And I manage the faith program, which provides hormone services, housing services, direct support, which is like bill payments or transportation to a doctor's appointment. We also offer primary care.
If we had an opportunity to create a space or just live in a space where you were already affirmed in what you would do, but you had an opportunity to create the things that you wanted, what would that look like?
Helping TKO do the things that they do, to me, that's planting seeds.
Even if it's the smallest pea that we put in the ground, it's gonna sprout to a big old tree one day.
I want to be able to, especially with the kids that work under me, is to show them that you can be smart.
The feeling I have now versus pre-TKO is very much like a sigh of relief.
Working with TKO makes you feel so light and light. Like you don't have to pretend that you're somebody that you're not. You can just be yourself.
TKO was like the first time like I ever like felt like true like community, and they just like took me in like as like one of their own. Especially like in a time where like I really needed it. So I'll forever appreciate them for that and showing me like what family really is.
Me and Q is like this. That's just how we are. I love him. He's my child, and I don't care what nobody say. If he needs me, I'm right there.
Like knowing someone's there for you, it kind of like, I guess like in a sense like raises that level of confidence of
You need that moral support. You need like that. You can do it. Go ahead. Like, I got you every step of the way.
When I talk to new clients, they're just so excited to have a place where they can be with people going through their journey.
Part of that journey is finding your people. People who understand your journey, people who understand why you're on this journey, but who also can support you and empower you. When we started TKO in 2012, there weren't a lot of places where trans folks or queer folks could safely gather.
There needs to be safe spaces for us to exist and not just be ridiculed for it when
Right.
we're just being ourselves.
And also, it doesn't matter if you don't create space for us because we're going to create space for ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
The successes I was supposed to have, the work I was supposed to do, wouldn't have started until I was obedient and came back to Selma. To know that we literally dreamed this up in some hotel room about 10 years ago, while being homeless or houseless and trying to map our own journey, but then also now coming full circle, understanding that how the goal has always been to serve more people. It's always been bigger than us. So I think without the food truck, without all of the labor, at the end of the day, I get to do what I love with my wife and my mom. I get to have my family involved in this work. So it's a lot easier for me to dream and be a visionary when I have somebody who is so supportive.
Sometimes it's so surreal. But I'm very excited to see TKO grow. I got a chance to watch a few of our staff grow into adults, and it's been an amazing experience to get to see the resources that we dreamed of and we hoped for be a reality.